Okay, so now I'll talk to you about thrill seekers and narcissists that claim to be like us. People who are only in this for the thrill. Now, if you've gone through my videos, you would have seen me say to you, explain to you how you can use the weapon of boredom to catch those people out. These are thrill seekers. They're not really targeted individuals as such. Let me not use that word targeted individual because of the connotations. They're not people who are being victimized like we are as such. These are people who invite others to victimize them so that they can have some kind of thrill out of it, or some kind of narcissistic sentiment to satisfy a narcissistic sentiment that they have. But they go look for people and go look for reasons for people to harass them. Now, and then they use that as a way of basically getting their cheap thrill. Now, the reason why I stopped calling myself a targeted individual is because they want to be the targeted individual. You know what a narcissist is? They want to be that person that is known as a targeted individual, and it's all about them. So to deal with those people, like I said, you use boredom. Yeah. Obviously, boredom in that sense means that you let them know that there's no thrills here. Yeah. There's no fancy technology being used here. Well, when I say there's no thrills, it depends. when you're engaged in spiritual war, yeah, that can give you, well, it's not a thrill, yeah, but it's exciting enough. And spiritual war is very subtle, yeah. Demonic possession is very, very subtle. The greatest trick the devil ever played on that, yeah. So most of the demons they describe in the Bible, they're human beings who see into your mind and do exactly what it says there. So you put two and two together and you realize that the demons that are talked about in the Bible are other human beings that have, for some reason or another, attained the ability to see into your mind and have assistance in the system, or are people who are prominent in the system that can see into your mind. And obviously, if you look at the history of these people, when Jesus Christ was on earth, there was about, they used to harass people behind the scenes for the state, which was the Roman Empire. And you notice everything we have in these new states is in Latin, the Roman language, because the Romans set up Europe and Europe set up the New World. And the beast system spread that way. But the beast system that the Romans got, they copied it from the Greeks. The Greeks got it from the Phoenicians, who got it from the Egyptians. So it's a very old beast system. It never used to be a beast system, but when the narcissist and thrill seekers took it over, it became a beast system. Even if you look at prostitution, it never used to be something that was wrong in society. Prostitution used to be something that they practiced at the temple of the goddess of fertility in Sumeria, and it was actually a way of helping society deal with, well, let's say blatantly, holiness. Yeah, in the ancient world, there's two ways of dealing with holiness, which is what trips everyone up. The reason why we disrespect each other, or are perceived to be disrespectful towards each other, is to do with how we behave when we become holy. So in the ancient world, they invented a system of prostitution where you go to a temple and you have sex with a priest or priestess, and you pay some money, and the money goes towards the goddess of fertility, and who then uses it like any other temple to help out people in society. But then when the narcissist and thrill seeker took over it, and their main weapon to taking it over was the same as the one they use now, which is to cry in order to develop empathy from others, using love. Yeah, so love is what ruined the concept of prostitution. Yeah, and so the priests started to fall in love, and then they started to cheat the goddess of fertility, and then it became about narcissism and thrill seeking, and people started saying, well, we can make loads of money from this. It wasn't about making money, it was about relieving those emotions that we get, every man gets, and also doing something good for society. But then they made it blatantly about just making money. Just go there, pay someone, and have sex, and that's it. So they ruined that. And the alternative way that the ancients looked at dealing with holiness was masturbation, and that was Egypt. That's why you see them with obelisks. Masturbation was a way of dealing with yourself without incurring the wrath of your fellow citizens. And you notice when Christianity was overpowered by the demonic system, the Roman Empire, they went about Egypt and they started scratching out all the phalluses on the boards, on the hieroglyphs. They scratched them out just to get rid of that system of using masturbation as a way of controlling holiness, which will stop you from having sex with people who belong to others, who are perceived to belong to others. But so they wanted it to be something that they used to generate money and to control people. Narcissism. Yeah. So the beast system came about when the narcissist and thrill seekers won, but they couldn't win without appealing to our love sentiment and empathy. Yeah. So even what the targeted individual movements are doing, there's been people who are against state-sponsored terrorism. It's actually the same thing as targeted individuals. They also became activists and started to protest, and they settled in. So these thrill seekers want the thrill of protest, the thrill of being in the news, and it's not about that. Yeah, demonic targeting is personal. Yeah, it's personal to everyone. Yeah, when you get demonically targeted, it's just another member of the public seeing into your mind, yeah, and asking the system in some way to assist him in harassing you, assist him or her in harassing you. But these are very subtle things. So even targeted individuals will start to look like perpetrators. Just imagine you're out there filming your story. Somebody is harassing you and you're filming them. Another person who is also a targeted individual will see you filming that and will think that you're the perp. So we behave like perps. Yeah. So if we start being activist and violent, we might attack ourselves when we're out of phase. We might see another TI trying to record evidence to present to us, and we think he's a perp and attack him. So that's why I'm against protest and violence in my approach, because I might attack someone that can actually be of some help, or that can actually be a friend. So that's why I don't go that route. But the narcissists will want that. Will want to feel that like that we have a reputation, that we what's the word I'm looking for? Renowned. There's another word I'm looking for. Not renowned, but not feared. But we have that reputation that can bring chills into people. But if we become something that people fear, we will have become perpetrators. So you don't want to frighten people when you're fighting, and protest frightens people. Frightens the evil people, but it frightens people anyway. My approach, if I'm with a thrill seeker that's looking for some kind of excitement from my video, you're not going to get that. I'm going to be talking about what's actually happening. It might not be exciting for you. What's happening to me would involve somebody suppressing my thoughts, for example. Yeah, when I'm trying to complete a task and they suppress my thought. They might not necessarily be using this modern technology. The only people who need to use modern technology to see into people's minds are people who can't see into people's minds. Yeah. So before you attack that technology fully, just remember that. Yeah, the greatest trick the devil ever played. There's people out there who can see into our minds, and there's people out there like me who can't see into people's mind. Why would someone who can see into your mind need to develop technology to see into your mind? The people who develop the technology to see into other people's minds are people who couldn't see there naturally with their own minds. Those are not my target. Some of them have become bad and they're using it against others who are also like them. Yeah, but that's a technology. Yeah, that was developed by people who can't see there. A demon is someone who can just sit there without technology, see into your mind. Just imagine a normal common person out there reciting what you are doing in your bed. Does he have a voice to skull machine? Can he afford it? Yeah, he's nowhere near it, but yet he can see, he can regurgitate what you've done 10, 20 hours ago. Yeah, obviously this means that it's someone who can see with their own mind without the use or aid of artificial machines. Yeah, or some artificial means. Yeah, so I'm not targeting people who use voice to skull because they obviously can't see that with their own minds. I'm targeting people who can see into our minds with their own minds. And the way I'm targeting them is, well, as people who follow the teachings that Jesus came to fulfill, we're not supposed to associate with them because those are people that you can know. So they are familiar. Those are the familiar spirits. I call them type A human beings, and I'm type B. Those who can't see with their own minds are type B. Those who can see with their minds are type A. And the people who are using voice to skull weapons and all those types of electromagnetic technologies to see into our minds are disguising the fact that these people are there. Yeah. So as they're doing that, these people will also play. You see, the greatest trick they ever played is to make you believe that they can't see them with their own minds. So when these people use their electromagnetic technologies to intrude on our minds, so these people will play as well, and they'll make it look like it's that. So it becomes harder to catch those. Yeah. How I deal with narcissism, I move away from it. When I see a brother getting excited, yeah, we're gonna do this as TIs, we're gonna do this, I move away from him. But I don't stop his fire. I just move away from him. Because I know that you're being played. You're being played. Whatever you do, you can't lose. Yeah. If you protest, they'll start to become hysterical and look for empathy in people and say, look, they're scaring people, attack them. Yeah. If you don't protest, they'll look for ways, yeah, of harassing you when you centralize. Yeah. So my advice is, when you see someone who thinks that this is something you're doing to get a thrill out of, yeah, you distance yourself from them and you concentrate on catching those human beings that you see into your mind when they're unaided by anything artificial, when they're just using their mind straight. Those are the demons. Yeah. Now I don't know if there will ever be a conversation between type A and type B's to resolve this, but obviously we're at a disadvantage. We can't see into your mind, you can't see into ours. Yeah. When you start judging us, saying, oh, I saw what you thought with my mind, I disagreed, and I'm going to come out of your mind and punish you with the system, then you're divinating. You're divinating. So now, my current mantra was access denied. Yeah, that's why I got that song there, access denied. I deny access to anyone viewing my mind. Yeah, I can't let you do what the Almighty does, which is to judge what goes on in my mind. That's the Almighty's role, not you. Yeah, so stay away from narcissists and thrill seekers, because we're not in this because we want to be the man, yeah, or because it's a thrill. No, we're in this because we're actually being victimized by other citizens who are sitting there. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be concentrating on, and there's not going to be any thrills, yeah, or adrenaline rushes coming from my videos. Just straight up talking to you about my experiences and the methods and how to spot other human beings, other civilians who are seeing into your mind, yeah, when you have not given them the right to do so. Yeah, so you're not going to get any thrills from me, and don't be goaded into creating some kind of stunt just for to thrill people. That's what they want. I'm not trying to sell nothing. Yeah, if you're bored by my shit, then you're bored of it, then you clear off. Yeah, I'm not somebody who's looking for followers. I'm somebody who's just letting people know what's happening. Yeah, letting people know how to see these people. Yeah, because seeing them is enough. Knowing who they are is enough. Once you identify someone, once you say something and you say, wait, that's something I did in my room when I was alone and no one was there, no one could possibly know it. Yeah? And in fact, I did it in my head. I didn't even say it out loud, so there's no voice to scout. I could have heard it. Yeah? And it's not a projection, it's something I thought of. And you try and figure out how to catch this. Once you catch someone and you let them know that deductive reasoning has shown you that there's someone who's seeing into your mind, they will have to stop. They will have to stop. Yeah, so it's just knowing them. So I just teach people how to know these people in your lives. Yeah, they're all around you. Yeah, they're all around you. And sometimes they can go into your partners, yeah, and make them act weird. If your partner doesn't know that other human beings can go into their mind and fool around with them, that partner is a danger to yourself and herself. For me, I'm into females and herself. So I don't date females unless they know that this is possible. Otherwise, that's a waste of time. But listen, stay safe, stay away from narcissists and thrill seekers. They're only in it for the adrenaline rush. Yeah, they don't have to be victimized if they can choose. They can choose not to be victimized, but it's just a rush to them. But we don't even have a choice in this matter. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to add.